It's Wulf with another First 15. This one is Mayhem in Single Valley. This one was sent to me by tinyBuild through Keymailer. I don't believe I requested this game though, so I think that this was just one of those ones that they sorta sent along, which is fine because if you send me something, I will almost definitely cover it. And so here we are covering the game. This is another one of those games that unfortunately, you don't really see much of in the first 15 minutes, and I'm actually not all too sure what this game is about. I re-looked at the Keymailer page before recording this audio, and even after playing 15 minutes and re-looking at the Keymailer page, I'm not exactly sure still. I know that it's about a dude who I think is about to go to college. That's kind of what the first bit of gameplay has you sort of preparing for, going and getting his stuff for college. But otherwise, really the main way that I've seen this game described is just sort of that reality just starts unraveling around him as this happens. In a lot of ways, the description that I saw in Keymailer feels almost like exactly what I would expect a Stranger Things game to be about, although I've never watched Stranger Things. So that's kind of the vibe I get though, is what I've heard about Stranger Things is what this game reminds me of, even though I've never actually watched Stranger Things. So I have no idea if that comparison's actually valid or not. But it definitely seems to be one of those games that has a plot that will probably take twists and turns and stuff. I have a feeling that the protagonist is probably more connected to the events of the game than it kind of lets on at first. Like I said though, I didn't really get very far in the first 15 minutes. I had to spend a while just kind of looking for different items within the main character's house. So there's a little bit towards the end of the gameplay where I do kind of get into a little bit more of not combat, but areas where the protagonist was in danger kind of, but I didn't really get super far. So otherwise though, outside of plot things, the graphics, I really like the graphics in this game. I like how it's sort of that 3D-ified sprite style where things look 2D, but it's in a 3D plane. And the physics of the game seem really good as well. There seems to be an emphasis on moving stuff around, at least in the beginning area. You can grab various objects in the house and move them around, and then you also can throw things, and I think that the physics for it is really good. It's one of those things where it's realistic, but then again the graphic style isn't realistic, so it's the physics are realistic for the graphic style. Everything meshes together very well. I also like how there's interaction. You talk with other characters and they have dialogue and stuff. I'm not sure if this game has any sort of branching paths or anything like that, because I think all of the characters that I talked to in this first 15 were required to be taught to, but I'm not sure if that's totally the case. So I'm not really overall too sure how this game is set up, if there's side missions or if there's characters that you might end up missing or things like that, but I do like how there's interaction between the player character and the NPCs. Also, the game ran pretty well. I know that kind of depends on hardware and stuff on PC because different hardware can affect how well a game runs, but there didn't appear to be any inherent oddities as happens in some games, and if the footage does look like it slows down at any point, that's probably just the way that I was recording. The game seemed to run at 60 FPS the entire time I was playing, but the recording way that I record PC games can get kind of wonky sometimes. But anyway, I know that this was a bit of a shorter talking section of First 15 than I usually do, but I think I kind of said everything there was to say. I didn't really have anything negative to say about the game. If it looks like something that is interesting to you, then you will probably enjoy playing it. It definitely seems like the type of game that will be really interesting the more you play it, because it really seems to have a story that is waiting to be unfolded. So yeah, anyway, here's the rest of the gameplay. Hope you guys enjoy the rest of the video, and thanks for watching.